In this video, PokeRev opens 200 booster packs of Prismatic Evolutions. Spoiler alert, the odds are pretty bad. He opens up a lot of packs, and it really hurts to watch, by the way, because each pack, between 15 to 20 bucks, he is not finding anything. This is 2x speed, but he is not finding anything, and it is so funny, sad to watch because he's kind of like losing his mind as he's doing this, and I would lose my mind too. I mean, he's finding trainer illustration arts. If you finish watching this video, spoiler alert, he finds an Espeon secret illustration rare. It sucks. In Japanese, it's only worth about $75. After watching PokeRev's video and watching a lot of other statistics that you might have found online, there's two possibilities that I can think of that people are going to approach this as. One possibility is that people think that the odds are so unfavorable, such as the lottery. If you think about the lottery, a lot of people, including myself, do not really participate in this because the odds of getting struck by lightning are a lot better. You are 300 times more likely to get hit by lightning in your lifetime than win Mega Millions. If you bought 300 tickets, only then would you have same chances as getting hit by lightning in your lifetime. Which moves us on to the second possibility that could happen in Pokemon. People are going to buy as many packs as they can so they can make their odds a lot better and simply assume that they themselves are the lucky person who will have that opportunity of finding their lucky jackpot. Instead of playing the lottery, they themselves feel like they're playing a better rigged game in their favor. What people are going to do is really complicated, and even after getting my master's in business, a lot of times in our business classes, they tell us that the most unpredictable thing in business is human emotions and things that humans will interact with and how they will approach the problem. And it's really difficult to be able to tell what people are going to do until it's happening, or if you're able to reference it to a previous situation. Sadly, I've not been in Pokemon TCG long enough to be able to help out in that sense of what trends are going to be. If you're trying to do research, you'll find out that the odds for this specific expansion is so bad. I think that's why they're also releasing this expansion until September, because they really want us to buy. We talked about the possibilities of what could happen if you open more packs and finding that card that you're looking. If the odds do end up becoming true, that the odds of finding something that is incredibly rare is actually very valid, and you are very likely to not get anything that you really do want, that is where we run into our next problem, which is that now you're going to be seeing a lot of these values go super high in price. But we can also explain this phenomenon that we're seeing right now on eBay. A lot of people have this priced in this certain way. What some eBay sellers will do is that they simply have to have a high enough price by the February the 17th. They can just go to buy now, whether it be a local LGS or whether it be buying enough boxes to find this Pokemon card. No matter what, if I say you're buying this off of me for $10,000, all I have to do is find this card for less than $10,000 and I will have made a profit. I could have made $1,000, I could have made $100, I could have made $5,000. The people that will buy this kind of just finding a way to guarantee themselves of getting that card. But let's go ahead and move on to other eBay problems that we're seeing right now. If you go look up the Umbreon, it's the same situation right now. We're seeing a lot of pricing going super high and you're thinking like there's no way people are buying or paying this much. Well, you're correct. No one has bought this yet. Anything on eBay as of this recording that has been sold is only in Japanese, nothing in English, and no one's willing to risk themselves being the first buyer. I wouldn't be, a lot of people wouldn't be. And the case and the situation and the problem with a lot of the sellers on this one right here, a lot of these bids are being done by their friends. So you bid this much, I bid this much, you bid this much, I bid this much. The bids are just being fake, trying to control the market and making sure that they themselves have the value that most benefits them, because there's only two bidders right now. The value of this card is going to be going up if people don't find out, hey, it's actually just two people that are altering the market. Just be careful when you're buying off of eBay. Make sure that if you are buying from an auction, make sure that it's not necessarily just two bidders spiking up the price on you. This Umbreon will be very valuable, and you see right here again, and there's 48 bidders. And this is actually very different types of bidders, but it also really wouldn't be hard to get some bots involved in this, knowing full well you're never sell it to the bots. Right here, you're just manipulating the market to be whatever favors you. Be very careful, be very cautious when you are looking things up on eBay, as a lot of people in my Facebook group locally are mentioning that a lot of people are trying to get a buck, and it's not hard. It really isn't. Think about it like this. If I charge you $20,000 to get you a specific card that I do not have to send you until February the 17th, I just have to find this card that is cheaper than what you paid me for, and I just made a buck. It could be $100, it could be $1,000, it could be $10,000. It doesn't matter. If you have a high enough price and people pay you to do that or to get you that card at that price, all they have to do is go ahead and find a way to get that card at a cheaper price than what they sold it to you for. You can find it off of TCG Player probably day one. It's not available to you right now. You can't buy it right now. If you look it up right now on TCG Player, you can't buy it. But if you go to eBay, you can get ahead of everybody and you can be like, oh, like, I just have to place a bid and I can go ahead and buy it and no one's going to be able to get ahead of me. Careful, man. You're getting suckered. You're getting suckered into the possibility of what the price can be and what you want it to be. This card right now is $1,649, and it's really the reason, and as I mentioned in a previous video, this is the reason the Eevee Evolutions is as popular. I know someone mentioned it to me in the comments saying it's probably because the other Eevee Evolutions are just as valuable and people want them to be their chase cards, and I get it, and I can agree to that. I can say a lot of people are going to look at what is my favorite Eevee Evolutions because there's so many of them. And that's going to be my chase card. And I don't care if I have to pay $100 for it, $1,000. I'm going to get my Flareon and it's going to be badass. Yes, that could happen. It really can. It really, some people want that. Some people are going to say, that is what I want. I want my Flareon. And I don't care if it's $50, $20. I want that. And I can agree to that. I believe this Houndoom card is sick and so badass. And it is so crazy to me that the value for it is less than $30. I can buy this card for less than $30, get it graded, or try to find a PSA 10, $116. But this would be my chase card. If I tried getting the Shrouded Fable boxes, right? This would be my chase card. This is the card that I would want. So everybody's different. And I think that's why I do agree this Prismatic Evolution boxes are also becoming popular, because a lot of people do have very specific chase cards for them. I mean, look at them. It doesn't take you long to realize that a lot of people are going to say, hey, I want this Eevee Prismatic, and I've seen it already. I've seen a lot of people that said, I want that Jolteon card. It looks super badass. I want that Glaceon. It looks super badass. I want the Vaporeon. It looks super badass. I want the Flareon. It looks super badass. I want the Leafeon. It looks super badass. There's no doubt in my mind that some people are going to want specific cards. And as I'm looking at them, I feel like some of them are, there's too much color, there's too much going on without really noticing it. You put your eyes a little bit far back, you're not really able to see what Pokemon is on which card. Not a fan of that myself, now that I think about it, now that I'm looking at it. But doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I want. It doesn't matter what I like. It doesn't matter what visually is pretty to me. It's whatever people want. This is perfect. This is everything that I ever wanted. And this is badass, you know? And even though some of these cards might look better than, let's say, I'm not going to be specific, let's say one of the other Eevee Evolutions, I think the Palafin looks super badass, but no one wants to find a Palafin. If you had the option whether finding Umbreon or Palafin, you're going to be like, well, Palafin, you kind of suck ass. So trust me, I get it. I know everybody has their chase card. I know everybody's going to want this, but we go all the way back. I know I've been ranting. We go all the way back to the point of the odds and the pull rates for this specific expansion are so bad for the Eevee Evolutions that I just don't know what people are going to do. I don't know if people are going to want to open them excessively because they're like, oh, the pull rates are so bad, I got to open even more. Or they could just be like those of similar to me, how we look at lottery tickets and we say, what's the point of opening up so many packs? I think it's okay to skip this expansion. There are going to be a lot of people who think that. There's a lot of people on the Pokemon TCG Reddit. I just found this one, and this one's even crazier. Thank you for saving me 90 bucks. Again, I'm going to go ahead and reference the PokeRev video. I think it's the reason that a lot of people are going to become disillusioned with the idea of, I'm not going to be that person. This guy just opened 200 packs in front of me and he barely found anything. What are the odds of me finding anything at all? Like, it's just not likely. And here this person said, after seeing so many posts of how disgusting is this new X-Pack market with all these pre-orders, I went ahead and canceled mine. I shouldn't feel pressured to spend money I don't really can afford. So I decided to save $90 instead of buying this BS, just doing my part. I salute you all showing restraint. It's just an object. You don't need it. Spend your money in something else. This person was probably really upset, by the way, as he's typing this out. It's very easy to see. Oh, man. It's a cash grab. It really is. And if you haven't seen this video, I'm going to leave you guys with this one. This person here posted this got posted, I think, on TikTok originally before this video got taken down. I think it got taken down, top of mind. And this person just goes ahead and shows all of the prismatics that they got. Now, someone in the comments had mentioned that this person has a distributor, so they weren't scalping. They simply placed an order and they were able to get as much as they had asked for. So it's a complicated situation. I don't think, oh man, I'm very concerned as to what will happen. A lot of people are saying, oh, for sure, it's gonna go up. There's no certainty of that. I think if the pull rates are as bad as they are saying that it is, I think a lot of people are likely to be swayed away from it. And I think a lot of people are simply not willing to pay the price that it is at right now. I think some people would be willing to pay 60, maybe 70 for these boxes, but $160 right now, 150, no, like there's no point in it. And I hope that you yourself feel that way. I hope a lot of players and collectors feel that way, because the only way that this improves is if, as a community, as a collective, people decide not to buy from scalpers. But at the end of the day, it's going to happen. It really is. You don't have control over it. I don't have control over it. What am I going to get? 2,000 views and people are going to say, oh yeah, I'm not going to buy. And you're going to look at Reddit and you're going to say, everybody on Reddit is saying they're not going to buy. Not everybody's on Reddit. Not everybody's watching these YouTube videos. Not everybody's watching PokeAny. Not everybody's watching PokeRev. Some people are just going to buy it. They're going to say, oh, how much is that? My son wants it. 150 bucks? Yeah, sure. Here, son, have these boxes. I know people that are lawyers, doctors, and whatnot. They'll just buy that shit, bro. Like, you're just not going to beat that. You really are. And I'm sorry, like, it's going to happen, whether you like it or not. If people will pay, it will go up. And I think if there's enough people that don't buy, it will go down, because the pull rates are really bad. And that's my expectation. I think the pull rates will affect whether it goes up or down. And that really won't show until we get on release or release pull rates specifically. That's when you'll really see a showing of the valuation of singles. If the single cards go up enough, the valuation of the boxes are going to be they're going to still be consistent. And as I mentioned before, the value of a lot of the evolutions won't show it. People are going to still want to open the packs themselves to find those evolutions themselves, which is a weird thing. I know some people are just like, don't want to buy singles, but the market also decides what people do. If the price is just not feasible, a person has the option whether to spend 150 bucks paying for 9 packs or paying 50 bucks for that evolution card that they really want. What do you think they're going to do? It's just a matter of what the market is pushing people to do. I don't have that much disposable income. I can't just go out and buy 50 of these. At most, my disposable income says I could buy 3, maybe. And even then, I'd feel super guilty if I didn't get anything that I wanted. And even then, like, why am I gonna pay between 15 to 20 bucks per pack? It just doesn't make sense. And I think a lot of people will agree with me. I think the people that watch these types of videos are the types of people that tend to be a little bit more hesitant on purchasing, or they themselves are trying to figure out where the market's leaning, whether they're going to buy it, hold on to it, whether they're not going to buy it, So there's a lot of things moving. And it's not January the 17th yet, so we still don't know. There's a lot of questions, and if you yourself are a distributor and you're holding on to these, there's a huge argument against the LCS stores pricing what TCG Player has. My LCS pre-order prices went up multiple days ago, and they're all still available because this shit is absolutely ridiculous. You'll see the ETB is worth 125 bucks and the poster collection is worth 40 bucks. This post also wanted to say my local LGS put up their prismatic pre-orders, and I don't think I'm going there anymore. Bro. Okay. This one does annoy me. Guys, an LGS store is a small business store. More than likely, they're a small business store. Guys, how are they going to make money? Like, their whole purpose of a business, of a small business, is trying to keep themselves afloat. Why wouldn't they sell it at market price? Why? Like, who's arguing with them? Target, Walmart, they don't give a shit to sell it for more than 50 bucks. All they're trying to do is get it like moved out the door. It doesn't matter whatever is being sold at Walmart or Target if they're selling it lower than market price, because at the end of the day, it's such a small fraction of their whole inventory. You think Target cares to sell it higher than market price? No, hey, we're moving this, just ship it, go through it, MSRP, whatever, and, how is our clothes doing? It's such a small thing for Target, for Walmart, and then to villainize the LGS store who's like, hey, we're working paycheck to paycheck, we're trying to figure out, making sure that the money's flowing and whatnot, and saying, hey, we're going to charge a little bit closer to market price because we do feel like it would be more profitable for us and it would keep us afloat for a few more months. We're a small business, Why? Why would you be upset about that? They're a small business. They can do whatever they want. They have a small amount of products. They don't have clothes, bathtub stuff, food, and whatnot. They don't have a ton of products to sell. They don't have toothpaste to sell you. Arguing that the LGS is evil for selling you at market price, they didn't decide the market. The LGS is just going to sell you what people are paying for it. They're not the villains here. They really are not. They're pricing according to what people are paying. They didn't create that market. They are simply there. The stock market didn't decide that the S&P 500 was going to be the value that it is. It's the people paying for it. Why is it the LGS festival? I'm sorry, I just disagree with this argument of saying that the LGS store is wrong for charging this price. I went to an LGS store and I said, hey, can I have that Surging Sparks? The guy said 27 bucks. I didn't make him out to be the villain. People are paying 27 bucks for 3 booster packs of Surging Sparks when I went to buy it. So why am I going to make them the villain? Like, it just doesn't make sense. This guy owns a shop that is basically looks like a New York living space, and it's tiny. He has like 150 types of products. It's just not feasible to not have market price. You have to make a buck anywhere that you can, because if you don't, you're going to go under. And then what do you know? You're no longer an LGS at all. Don't villainize a small local store for simply doing what is most feasible and most realistic to them. At the end of the day, it's not about happy feelings and who am I going to make happy and whatnot for this. That doesn't change the fact there will be LGS stores that have a pricing that is super, super logical. Hey, ETBs are just 50 bucks. Binder collection at 25. We're just going to stay standard. MSRP, it doesn't matter. Honestly, there's 2 different reasons why an LGS would do this and why I believe that there is still value in doing this. One, you need to have a bigger customer base and you want loyalty from your customers. When you don't make a profit off of something, the company is kind of doing is purchasing social currency. So those $100 that this company is missing out on, by this simple post, it's creating a social currency. So this company, this local card store is saying that I will get $100 of social currency if I sell at MSRP. Another possibility is that this LGS also has enough product that it really doesn't matter. Like, they don't have to profit off of this. What are they gonna get? Like, depending on how many ETBs they have or how many binders or posters they have of this, they're possibly gonna get $10,000 extra. And if they have enough product, their store is big enough, it doesn't matter. Like, you don't need to sell it at market price. You can just sell it at MSRP. You're going to make a profit either way. Because when you pay the distributor for it, you're still going to make a profit. It doesn't matter. I'll take the social currency. I don't need to make those 10 grands because we're super solid enough and we don't need it. And that's okay. Like, everything is okay. But don't villainize the company that consumers, people like you, people like me, are purchasing this shit at the price that it's at for the market. Don't villainize the company. The company is just doing what the consumer wants them to do. That's just the truth of it. Pokemon is going to print more copies of this shit anyways. Why are you upset about it? Just move on. Don't villainize local stores. Don't hate on them. Don't comment, post, hate, whatever. You should be happy go feelings and you should be considerate for everybody and sell it at MSRP, because otherwise you're the villain and you're wrong. Bro, it doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. Yeah, I'm sorry. It just doesn't work like that. Life is not as easy and as simple as that. And I'm sorry if you felt that way. Anyways, I've been ranting for too long. Like, subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, watch the others. Bye.